The first thing Elias Ward noticed about the Royal Starship was how wrong it looked. Not damaged. Any spacer could recognize battle scars. No, this vessel was pristine, polished to a mirror sheen that reflected the blue-white glow of the twin suns hanging low over the repair docks of Kepri Station. Yet it sat motionless, power core silent, gravity dampeners flickering like a dying heartbeat. A ship that expensive should not be limping. Elias wiped grease from his hands and squinted at the hull markings. Gold filigree traced alien script across the curved plating, symbols denoting sovereignty, lineage, and something else he couldn't quite place. Every dock worker within 50 meters had given the ship a wide berth. Royalty. Not my problem, Elias muttered, turning back to the battered freighter he'd been patching for the last 6 hours. That was when the station alarms chirped, not an emergency, but a presence alert. The kind reserved for diplomatic arrivals. Footsteps echoed behind him. Precise. Measured. Not security. Elias turned. She stood there like a living monument. Tall. Even by human standards, the alien woman wore ceremonial armor shaped like flowing metal silk. Her skin shimmered deep indigo, eyes like molten silver catching the dock lights. A circlet of living crystal rested against her brow, pulsing faintly with her breath. Every instinct Elias had screamed Queen. I am Queen Seralith of the Averan sovereignty, she said, voice calm but carrying absolute authority. You are the human engineer assigned to this sector. Elias blinked. Ah. Assigned is a strong word. I freelance. Her gaze flicked briefly to the half-disassembled engine behind him. Your record shows you repaired a Class 7 antimatter cascade with scrap parts and no casualties. That was lucky, Elias said carefully. Luck does not repeat itself 23 times, the Queen replied. She gestured toward her starship. My vessel has suffered a failure. Our engineers cannot identify the fault. You will examine it. Elias hesitated. Royal ships were political nightmares. Touch one wrong cable and war started. I don't usually work on government. You will be compensated, she said. He shook his head slowly. I didn't say no because of money. That earned him a curious tilt of her head. I'll take a look, Elias continued, but I won't charge you. Silence fell. The Queen's attendants, tall, armored Averan warriors, shifted uneasily. No one refused royal payment. No one offered free service. Why? Seralith asked. Elias shrugged. If your people couldn't fix it, something's wrong with the ship's design philosophy. I want to understand it. Call it professional curiosity. For the first time, something flickered behind her eyes. Interest. Very well, she said. You have my permission. The problem revealed itself within minutes. The Royal Starship wasn't broken, it was over-engineered. Failsafes stacked on failsafes, each one locking the next in a recursive spiral of caution. A single anomalous reading from a minor sensor had triggered a cascade shutdown that no automated system could override. Averan engineering prized perfection. Human engineering prized functionality. Elias crawled through maintenance shafts, muttering to himself as he bypassed redundant loops, rerouted power through simplified pathways, and manually recalibrated the core. Queen Seralith watched from the observation deck, her expression unreadable. She had summoned him expecting arrogance, greed, or fear. Instead, she saw focus. Hours passed. Elias refused food, ignored the ache in his shoulders, and worked with a quiet intensity she recognized from ancient records. Builders, not conquerors. When an Averan technician suggested replacing an entire subsystem, Elias shook his head. Wasteful, he said. It's fine. Just needs trust. Trust. An alien concept to a species that ruled by absolute hierarchy. At last, Elias slid out from the access hatch, face smeared with grease, and slapped the hull twice. Try it now. The Queen hesitated only a fraction of a second before nodding. The ship came alive. Power surged smoothly through the core. Gravity stabilized. Shields hummed at optimal output. Even the ambient resonance, the subtle harmonic that Averan vessels produced, sounded cleaner. Her engineers stared in stunned silence. "It's better than before," one whispered. Elias stretched his arms. "Yeah, you are strangling it with caution." Queen Serelith descended the platform's stairs slowly. "You have restored my flagship," she said. "Name your price." Elias met her gaze. "I told you. No charge." "Why?" she asked again, softer this time. He considered, then answered honestly. "Because someone built this ship with pride. It deserved to fly, not sit crippled by politics." Something ancient shifted behind her composed exterior. "Human," she said, "do you know why I truly summoned you?" Elias frowned. "Because your ship was busted?" "No," she said. "Because I am without a consort." His eyebrows shot up. "I'm sorry." "In Averan tradition," she continued, "a queen does not choose a mate by bloodline or power. She chooses by worthiness. Those who serve without expectation, who act without fear, who improve what they touch." The dock seemed suddenly very quiet. "This repair," she said, "was a test." Elias let out a slow breath. "You could have just asked me out?" Averan guard stiffened. Serelith stared at him. Then, to the shock of everyone present, she laughed. A clear, resonant sound rarely heard from an Averan queen. "You speak without reverence," she said. "Yeah," Elias replied. "It's a human flaw." She stepped closer, close enough that Elias could feel the warmth radiating from her skin. "You passed," she said simply. The middle days that followed were a blur of negotiation, confusion, and political chaos. The Galactic Council erupted when news spread that Queen Serelith had named a human engineer as her chosen consort candidate. Accusations flew. Manipulation, deception, scandal. Elias didn't care. He spent his days aboard the royal ship, improving systems, teaching Averan engineers simplified redundancies, and learning about their culture in return. And Serelith watched. Not with suspicion, but with growing admiration. When pirates ambushed a trade route near Averan space, Elias proposed an unorthodox solution, disabling enemy ships with harmonic feedback instead of destroying them. "Mercy is inefficient," her generals argued. "Genocide is worse," Elias shot back. Serelith sided with him. The plan worked. Not a single life lost. When a diplomatic crisis threatened war, Elias noticed inconsistencies in sensor data and uncovered a staged provocation by a rival empire. Truth over pride. Again, the Queen chose his counsel. Each decision weighed not just his intelligence but his values. At last, during a ceremonial gathering beneath the stars of Avar Prime, Serelith stood before her people. "I have decided," she declared. "Elias Ward has proven worthy." The crowd murmured. Elias swallowed hard. "This bond," she continued, "will unite strength with compassion, tradition with innovation, power with humility." She turned to him. "Human," she asked quietly, "do you accept?" Elias looked around, at the alien world, the expectations, the future he never imagined. Then he smiled. "Yeah," he said, "but on one condition." Her brow arched. "Speak." "I don't kneel," he said. "I stand beside." A heartbeat passed. Then Queen Serelith stepped down from her dais and stood next to him. The ending would be remembered for centuries. Not because a queen chose a human,